Welcome to the TOC meeting on 18th of July. The agenda for today, we don't have anything special today, or we also don't have an update from our working group. So we have review PRs, any other business and action items. We don't have any action items from last week, so we can just go to the review PRs. So I have two on my list, which I think that we should look into. The first one is 647. This is actually a working group related PR. It's changing the sub areas in the working group. I don't know whether we should, whether this required TOC approval or should be something.
There's actually no need to add that to the contributors file, right?
Yeah, this was mentioned by
Oh, it was
Stephan
already mentioned? Oh, yeah, I see.
Yep,
Sorry.
yeah, no, I got it. My comment. Yeah, bots, I think they don't need to be added to contributors because they get the org membership automatically, and they should not be added as approvers, but as bots. I think I linked an example file and also, yeah, the GitHub teams and access rights.
Thank you. I didn't notice it was a bot. Just didn't see it in contributors. Now I see bot in the name in the middle there.
Yeah.
But what the PR also changes is the sub areas in the working group. So this introduced a new one, which is called metric store.
Yeah, I believe that the observability group that's in the current observability group where metric store is does not work on this at all. It's my understanding that this group of people that's trying to get approval have been doing this work, and I think they just had secret write access somehow, and it suddenly got taken away, and so now they're realizing they need to do this. I want to make sure that everyone that's getting write access should have write access, that we're not just throwing a whole team on there. Like I know when we added people, we were careful about adding them. So I'm still waiting for kind of that confirmation. But for me, that's like confirmation from the observability folks that this makes sense to them to remove it from their area, and then confirmation about all the history of the people who are asking to be approvers. But in general, I'm fine with adding another area.
What I wasn't sure whether this required TOC approval or not. Is someone up to date here?
My guess is oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say like restructuring the working group, I believe requires TOC act, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we have rules for that. Adding and removing repos, yes, but shuffling around in the working group at the end of the day.
That is just adding and removing.
But the repos stay with the working group, right? So from TOC point of view, it's a knob, I would say. And internally, I would not insist on interfering here. My only comment is about the bots, that they have an extra tag, that's all.
Also, there will be some TOC sign-off from Amelia anyway, right?
That's easy, yeah.
Okay, then, seems like we have an agreement here. And the next one, I think Ruben already commented on that. It was about archiving report with 643. Yeah, I don't know. Ruben requests changes on that, so we don't need to look into that one.
Yeah. When archiving, they also should remove it from the working group charter.
I don't see any other PRs which are for us. But I think we should talk go over the RFCs we have. Maybe the first one, at least on my list, is the one 641. Draft RFC for aggregate metric egress with open telemetry collector. I already.
Can you drop a link?
Yes. Yeah. I looked into that one. I don't know whether you had time to look into this RFC. We had also some comments, discussions on that.
Yeah, there was one comment from Johan, but
Yeah.
I see that he now has added his approval. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that discussion has been resolved. This has been submitted 2 weeks ago. When should the submitter should call for like a final call for comment period thing to start, right? Or is that us?
Last time it was initiated by the TOC, at least the last one regarding the cloud native build pack support in CloudFoundry. If you didn't have time to look into this RFC, I would suggest that you make you familiar with that. And if you don't have any comments, then we can start the final period for comment next time.
Yeah, so let's propose that. So I don't have additional comments. I read through it. I'm not an expert in this area. The direction is nice from my point of view. And I would support it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, same. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary or question either.
Okay, then we
Yeah.
can just start the final period for comment now. And have 2 weeks for that. I'll just, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I wasn't sure what the norm was. Like, I read through it. It made sense to me. Should I approve it immediately? Or I was like, maybe I want to wait for comments. Maybe someone's going to throw a comment on there that I'm going to be like, oh, good point. Then I won't want to approve. So I guess, like, do you approve? Like, when do you put your approval on there? I guess is my question for everyone.
I believe
in the
after
past,
it finishes.
yeah, after the final comment, because when we approve it, we merge it more or less immediately. It's
Okay.
only if we have a strict veto or something, then. So if I would comment, but I would not vote yet. And when the week is over, then we usually vote +1 and merge it.
Okay.
Yeah. I went for it and didn't have anything to complain.
All good, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I didn't know the protocol per se, so I know for the next time.
Yeah. So if we say 2 weeks, then the final comment for period for comment should end 1st of August, I think.
Was it 2 weeks by default? Or I thought it was 1 week by default, and we just did a 2-week one for that one that went over CFD.
Ah, okay. Okay, then.
I thought that was an exception.
Then
because there also was a bit of like discussion around that, like initially quite a lot. So that's why we extended it a bit.
Yeah, I think historically it's only been a week. I think it was just the greater discussion and CF Day kind of delayed that one.
Yeah, okay, then yeah, it's 25th of July.
Yeah, it's
The
7 days.
next-
It's written actually in the process for the RFCs. So everything is documented. You just need to find it.
So the next one on my list is the one by Amelia regarding the readiness health checks. Let me put the link in the chat. So we have 3 discussions which are not resolved yet, but it looks like we have an agreement on them. Just the ask is whether we want to add this agreement into the RFC, like the proposed change into the for the stats object to have a routable field. Most probably we want to add this to the RFC to make it more concrete. And also the metrics, I think we don't have an idea now what kind of metrics will make sense. That's why we can leave this out. And CLI suggestions, so the flex which were suggested by Maria to add to the get readiness health check and set readiness health check in the commands.
Yeah, I poked Maria to make sure she responds to it. I don't think we're ready for the final review yet. Still thoughts going into the design of some of these things. But
Yeah,
thank you everyone for your copious feedback.
Okay, and we have what we have another RFC which is still, I think, under discussion regarding the PCAP release with integration into Bosch. This is 640. Yeah, it's basically changing stuff in the Bosch. I don't know whether this. Yeah.
I think it's an RFC because PCAP release is like, it has integration with CF as well, right? So it's CF and Bosch, so it has a bit of overlap. It's integrated in both places, but it seems like the direction is now going into more of the, I don't know, the Bosch direction, and it's diverging a bit from where the other bits are going, but we'll see where it ends up. There's still discussion.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
still,
the RFC itself needs to be written a bit differently, I believe. That's also one part of the feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, still under discussion. And the last one is about integrating Paketo stacks in CF. Yeah, we have here also some open questions, which are not answered yet. I think it makes sense to start the final period of comment when we have the answers. Do we have any suggestions here? Anything else? Basically,
I guess we are running in circles on these both the cloud native build packs and the stacks. Whether we should now do a first step with the proposal that has some issues long term, or some let's say strategy questions open, how stacks are handled, how CI containers are handled, and I'm not sure how to continue at a certain point in time, you have to do a first step, even if it's a wrong one. Then you learn something and the next.
But I'm like, I think that like SBOM question from Beyhan was pretty good.
Yep.
Because that like basically, if it turns out that it could mean that that thing could give us direction, right? Like if it's answered, then it maybe turns out that indeed you need to take the stack into like the droplet, right? Because otherwise your SBOM gets out of sync. Because if we're gonna do SBOMs and gonna expose that and it's not up to date, then the whole SBOM thing, yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? So that could be the feature that's gonna make this, I don't know, that's gonna dictate the direction that we have to take.
But it means on the other hand, you sacrifice automatic stack updates. That's, yeah, you can't have everything.
Yeah, no, or you need to go with first level support or something where it would like go through like the rebasing and updating the SBOM. I mean, but that would be way more work, right? But it could mean that we have to end up in that direction, because otherwise, like one of the big selling points for Paquito was that we're gonna get SBOMs, and if those are not gonna be valuable because they're not up to date, then I don't know, like that. I don't know. We'll see where this goes, but I would like to get some answers to those specific questions from the people that submitted this. In this case, Greg, right? People closer to Paquito.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
It's Ruben. No. Maybe I was frozen for a short time.
Yeah, I think I was frozen for a bit. My laptop is overheating because of the 38 degrees Celsius here.
Yeah. My intention was that we take some conscious decisions about which way we want to go, and that's why I invested a little bit time to see how Kurifi is dealing with the stack and in the cloud native build pack ecosystem. But let's wait for more input here then. And I think that we don't have any other PRs open at the moment. Is there anything else to discuss?
What's this in other business?
I have one topic. How should we proceed with the working group updates? We have some number for the working group at the top of the meeting notes document. They are out of sync. I got from Andy. Should we keep it out of sync, or should we try to get again in the order they are put there? So do we have anything?
Has been a while for updates. Maybe we can start fresh.
I think trying to keep them in sync seems a little bit futile. Like they will always get out of sync. Someone will always not be able to do. I don't know. Best effort seems fine.
Yeah. So then I will try to go with the last update date. So the last update date, the one which has the oldest one will be the next one, so to say. Yeah. it means
The app
Yeah.
on Kubernetes.
yes.
Oh no, wait, app runtime
App
deployments.
runtime deployments. Okay, no
runtime,
problem.
yeah.
I can organize
So
this.
I will continue the way how Andy was doing this in the Slack channel, and yeah, and ping Johan for the next meeting.
Yep.
Do we have anything else? Yeah.
Not really. Org automation is running again. That was some hard weeks.
Thanks
But
for that.
yeah, I have no real idea how to do it. Yeah, a notification in the Slack channel could help just to find it out. But otherwise, I mean, if there are wrong repo names, etc., it's difficult to validate and to reject that earlier. And it takes always more or less one iteration, one day, realistically, to fix it.
Also, it was a big merge, right? We did a move of many repos on the Bosch side.
Yeah, that
We onboarded more than
happens
10,
rarely.
I guess.
All good.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay, then we are done for today.
Okay.
See you next time.
See you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye bye.